What's up, everybody? Matt of Trades here. All right, so a little bit has happened since the last video, and you'll have to excuse me. The air quality where I live is pretty cruddy right now, so everything in here is not so happy. So if I sound weird or if I'm gross, that's why. And that's the story I'm sticking to. All right, so let's transition the screen so you can see. All right, so we're going to kind of go over this bit right here that I kind of have highlighted here. So this is um, these are the options that I sold last week. The Black Rifle Coffee Company, those expired worthless, meaning I got full profit from that. My Pinduoduo and Riot Trade, I was actually assigned those stocks. So I bought, or rather, I was assigned 100 shares of Pinduoduo and 300 shares of Riot Blockchain. And so what I immediately did the next Monday, the 11th, April 11th, today's the 13th, so a few days ago, is I sold calls. And I've decided that my game plan when I get assigned a stock is to sell calls at the strike price that I was assigned them at. Now I know a lot of people will say do a little bit above so you can take advantage of capital gains. But I prefer to be selling puts rather than calls. So the sooner I can sell this stock for an overall profit, the better for me, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell those calls at the strike price that I was assigned at, which you're going to get a really good premium, as you can see. For Pinduoduo, let's see, I only sold one call for $138, which is a 3.17% return on the return on investment, I guess you could say. And then the Riot, which I sold 3 calls because I have 300 shares. I only got $18, and that's because the actual price of the stock was a little bit lower, a little further away from that strike price. Now, the last thing I want to happen is to have those stocks called away at a lower strike price, and I'm overall going to be net negative on that. So only a 0.32% return on that, which isn't terrible. Ideally, we want to be around 1% on each of our trades if we're trying to reach our goal, which overall our goal is about a 40% annualized return. Of course, if we average 1% a week, which is what we do, we sell weekly options. Then that's a 52%, but obviously that's not exactly how it's going to happen because some trades aren't going to go exactly our way. But that's what I'm doing right now. And with the way the prices are on these right now, or at least on Pinduoduo, let's go to my portfolio. I believe, oops, right here. Yeah, so as you can see right here, it's actually above that price. So as of right now, I'm going to get those called away at $43.50. So I'm losing out on some capital gains, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm netting a profit there of well over 2% overall since I started selling Pinduoduo. So that's not bad. Riot here is a little bit under. So the strike price that I was assigned was $19. It's currently at $15.71. If it goes too much lower than this, then I'll probably start considering selling some more calls at the next level of support. And if I do get assigned more shares, that'll lower my cost basis. It'll make it easier to sell calls at a better price. So I might start looking. Probably around 13.50, maybe around 14, around there. But yeah, if it starts getting a little bit lower, that's something I'll start considering. But as of right now, I'm sticking with the plan. I'm just going to sell calls, and if it goes up higher, that's great. If it goes a little lower, then I'll sell some puts and see if I can lower that cost basis. But overall, we're going to hope that it goes back up to around the strike price. But we're okay with this. This is all part of the wheel strategy. This sort of thing can happen, and it's something that you have to be prepared for. But yeah, So the update of the status of the portfolio. So as you can see, last time we were more around 39, I believe. I did take $3,500 out to help pay for some taxes. Stuff like this is going to happen. This is, like I said, this is real money. This money is important to me. Um, yeah, I had to take a little bit out to pay some taxes, and within the next few months, I'll actually have to take a nice chunk out for um, paying a down payment for a house I'm building. But that's a little whiles away. So this is where we're at right now. Today we're looking at about a 1% return compared to the market. The market is up 0.78, so we're beating the market today. For the week, we're up 0.98. The market SPY for the week is down 0.87, so we're beating the market for the week. The market for the month is up 4.85%. We are up for the month 8.81, so we're beating the market by a good margin for the month. The last 3 months, I'm up 10%. The market for the last 3 months is down almost 6.5, so we're beating the market by about 16%, 16%, which is phenomenal. For the year, the market is up 7.35, which isn't too bad, but it has gone down a little bit. And we, for the year, are up 4.45. Now, something to keep in mind. So we're not doing quite as well for the year, but we just started the wheel strategy around the latter half of September, which is about right here. And then just a little bit story. So we started doing the wheel strategy. Profits are going up. 2 of our trades went south. By quite a bit, but we're still selling calls and selling puts, working the wheel, and it's been a steady uptick since. So if we go back here, so on top of selling the calls for the 2 stocks that I was assigned, I also sold more puts on Black Rifle Coffee Company for quite a percentage return. I might be getting a little bit too cocky with the Black Rifle Coffee Company. Premiums are super high, and I believe they have earnings coming up, and I made sure that I wasn't selling options that were going to expire after the earnings. So let's take a quick peek and see when earnings are. May 11th. Oh, okay, so we actually have quite a while. So we don't have to worry about that. But premiums on Black Rifle Coffee Company are super high right now. So even if we look at options that are expiring in 2 days, you can see that these are still pretty expensive. We can go all the way down, to 21 and a half as the strike price, and still get close to a 1% return, which is pretty good. Now, if you did want to look at doing this, the delta, we want to be under 2, which this is well under that. So there's a pretty good probability that this just expires worthless. So, yeah, that's pretty good stock for me. But I think I can be a little more conservative on this one, just because I feel like it could burn me pretty good if I'm not if I'm being a little too greedy. So something to consider. We'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully it expires worthless at the end of the week, and we can look at that again. And then Lucid, I also sold some puts on Lucid. Got $100 from that. 1.25% return, which is probably more realistically what we're going to be shooting for. And then I also sold a call on Gap. And if you remember, Gap is one of the ones that kind of burned me a little bit right here. It was Gap and Matterport. But I'm kind of thinking I probably shouldn't have. I should probably just leave it alone until it starts going back up here. Let's go to Gap. Gap. So I own 200 shares. The strike price that I sold the call at was $13.50, I believe. Sorry, $14.50, and it is above that right now. So if it stays above that, then I'm going to have to sell those shares at $14.50, which is going to actualize my losses on this, which isn't ideal, which isn't exactly what I want. Um, but yeah, lesson learned. In the future, probably just leave it alone when it's down that much, and just if this is your first time, this is about, well, let's see, September. It was about right here. It was around right here, actually, that I sold some puts, and then it just tanked. So I'll probably end up having to sell that and actualize my loss there, which stinks, but I'm not going to win every trade, which is fine. No one's going to have a 100% win rate in any trading strategy. Well, let's see. Is there anything else I want to go over? I did update to Robinhood Gold, and which gives you some margin that you can trade with, but supposedly you can't sell puts on margin, so hasn't really changed anything for me yet. I guess supposedly I could buy a whole bunch of shares and sell calls, but like I mentioned earlier, I prefer to sell puts than calls. So cool. Well, folks, thanks for watching. The whole idea of this series is to grow my portfolio to $100,000, and then we'll make new goals after that. But if you want to follow me to my journey of making $100,000 in my portfolio, please like this video and subscribe. And if you have any comments, go ahead and leave those in the comment section. Questions, or if you have tips, I'm always open to new ideas. Thanks for watching.